What's going on, guys? Seth here from Team Union Seth, here for Week 3 updates in the RPL for Season 2. It was a very action-packed Week 3, so I'm looking forward to giving you guys some updates on what happened and looking forward to Week 4. So, moving right along, we're going to get into the results from Week 3. So, the Bougie Cavaliers defeated the Barbados Bibarrels 4-0. The Orlando Apolitoads defeated the Twin Leaf Town Torteras 2-0. The Philadelphia Fearos defeated the Durham Grambles 1-0. The Colorado Crawdons defeated the Tower Bischofheim Teddy Ursas 6-0. The Bloomington Glooms defeated the Emerald City Espions 2-0, and the Indiana Infernapes defeated the Hartford Herdiers 2-0. So what does that mean for the divisions? Well, for the Dialga division, the Philadelphia Fearos took over the top slot from the Durham Grand Bulls with a 3-0 record, a +6 differential, and a 2-0 division record. The Durham Grand Bulls did fall to that second slot, 2-0 with a +6 differential and a 1-1 division record. The Bloomington Glooms did maintain their 3 seed, getting their first win of the season to go 1-2 with a -5 differential and a 1-1 division record. And then the Emerald City Espions are still in that last place at 0-3, a -10 differential, and an 0-2 division record. For the Palkia division, the Bougie Cavaliers stay atop the division at 3-0 with a +15 differential and a 2-0 division record. The Colorado Crawdons climbed up a slot to the number 2 slot, with the 2-1 record going +6 and a 1-1 differential. The Barbados Bibarrels slid down a little bit to the 3rd slot, going 1-2 with a -2 differential and a 1-1 division record. And in the final slot, the Tower Bischofheim Teddy Ursas with their 0-3 record, -17 and 0-2 differential. And then the last division, we have the Giratina division. The Orlando Apolitoads are 3-0, maintaining that top slot with a +13 differential and a 2-0 division record. The Twin Leaf Town Torteras are in the second slot, 2-1, +6 differential and a 1-1 division record. The Indiana Infernapes got their first win of the season, so they're at 1-2 with a -6 differential and a 1-1 division record. And the Hartford Herdiers at 0-3, -12 differential with an 0-2 division record. So going in for the playoff race, what this means essentially is not a whole lot has changed in the top of it, but we have had a couple new entries. So the Bougie Cavaliers are still at the top. The Orlando Apolitoads are still the 2nd seed. Philadelphia Fearos are now the 3rd seed. I believe they jumped the Durham Grand Bulls from last week. The Colorado Crawdons are coming in at the 4th seed, getting a win this week to boost them up to 2-1. The Durham Grand Bulls slid down a little bit, but they're still in the race at 2-1. And then the Twin Leaf Town Torteras, I believe they were in at 6. If not, they were pretty close last week, so they're still in there at 2-1. So this is what the playoff race is looking like as of Week 3. So moving on, we're going to get into the MVP race. So MVP race was shaken up a little bit this week, so we'll get into it. The Philadelphia Fearos Infernape is still at number 1 with 9 kills and 0 deaths for a +9 differential. The Durham Grand Bulls' Mega Metagross has climbed a little bit to the number 2 slot, getting 9 kills, 2 deaths, and a +7 differential. The Twin Leaf Town Torteras Mega Charizard Y dropped a little bit. I believe it's just 1 spot from last week with 7 kills, 2 deaths, and a +5 differential. And then 2 new entries to the list. We have Mega Sharpedo from the Colorado Crawdons at 7 kills, 2 deaths, and a +5 differential. And then from the Bloomington Glooms, we have Mega Blaziken with 6 kills, 1 death, and a +5 differential. So MVP race definitely getting some new members to it. Infernape still at the top, leading that. For the past couple of weeks, but like I said, Mons are still climbing. We have a couple new entries as well, so I'm excited to see what's going to come up next for that. Moving on, we have our Week 4 matchups. So we have the Bougie Cavaliers are taking on the Twin Leaf Town Torteras. We have the Orlando Apolitoads taking on the Durham Grand Bulls. We have the Philadelphia Fearos taking on the Colorado Crawdons. The Bloomington Glooms are taking on the Barbados Bibarrels. The Indiana Infernapes are taking on the Tower Bischofheim Teddy Ursas. And the Emerald City Espions are taking on the Hartford Herdiers. So for that first matchup, we have a 3-0 team going up against a 2-1 team. The Bougie Cavaliers have looked really, really good this season, so it's going to be hard for the Torteras to take them out, but if they prepare properly and can play well, then it's definitely possible. The Orlando Apolitoads on the Durham Grand Bulls. The Apolitoads have also played really well this season. Their last game against the Torteras was a bit close, and Fuzzlekins, the coach of the Durham Grand Bulls, has been playing very, very well this season and prepping pretty well as well. So that's going to definitely be a good match, one to look out for. Probably, if I had to say it, would be our game of the week. The Philadelphia Pharaohs and the Colorado Crawdons. We're going to see how how myself, the Pharaohs, can handle the Crawdons' rain team. They've gotten a couple wins so far, so looking forward to that matchup. The Bloomington Glooms and the Barbados Bibarrels is definitely looking to be a good matchup. Both of them only have one win and then have their 2 losses, so definitely looking good for that match. It should be a good one. The Indiana Infernapes and the Tower Bischofheim Teddy Ursas. That's going to be a pretty decent matchup. Both of them have gotten off to a little bit of a rocky start. The Infernapes at 1-2 and the Teddy Ursas at 0-3. So I'm looking forward to seeing if the Teddy Ursas can pull out a win, their first win of the season, and maybe even see if the Infernapes can keep that momentum going and get their second win of the season. And then finally, the Espions and the Herdiers. Both teams have not won a game yet, so after this week we'll have at least one less winless team. So I'm excited to see that matchup because they both have pretty decent teams and they both are pretty decent players from what I know of them. So I'm excited for that matchup as well. So we're going to get into the last thing on the list. We have our transactions, which are going to be effective week 4. So we had a few transactions this week. Starting off, the Barbados Bibarrels dropped Scrafty for Ariados. They dropped Scrafty, picked up Ariados. And the Durham Granville's made 3 transactions. They dropped Drudagon, Armaldo, and Chatot for a Selgor, Zangoose, and Altaria. Now, Chatot was one of their Z users. So they transferred that to the Altaria, picking that up. So definitely some big moves here. Dropping the Scrafty for the Ariados for the Bibarrels was probably a good move. They had a lot of dark types on the team, so I think getting rid of one of those definitely helps with their weaknesses and helps give a little bit of coverage. Ariados provides sticky web support as well as toxic spikes and stuff like that. So definitely a good mon there to help set up a little bit. It does add another poison type to the team, which I believe they already had 2 of. But still a little bit of diversity. Getting rid of that dark type, get another fairy resist is really nice for that team. The Durham Granville's dropping Drudagon and Armaldo, so they lose a couple of rockers as well as a rapid spinner with the Armaldo. But picking up a Selgor does give them a really fast spike and toxic spike user as well as potential final gambit. Picking up Zangoose is a really good pickup because it can be very powerful, a good wall breaker / sweeper with Sword Stance, quick attack, potentially facade, gets that toxic boost ability, so definitely adds a little bit of power and some offensive presence to that team other than the Mega Metagross and the Blacephalon, so can definitely support them a little bit. And then Altaria is an interesting pick. She wanted to replace her Dragon, I do know that, because she was dropping Drudagon, so she wanted to pick that up. But Altaria can be nice, especially with a few rain teams in the league. That Cloud9 ability from Altaria can be very useful, just depending on the matchups. And then, like I said before, the speed on a Selgor is really going to help her team and gives her another big speed tier for that. So that is all for the Week 3 updates in the RPL Season 2. Thank you guys for watching. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought of the video and what you thought of Week 3 in general. The replays for Week 3 will be down in the description as well. If you haven't seen the power rankings, those went on Monday. My battle went up on Wednesday, so check both of those out. And be on the lookout for the Week 3 power rankings coming up on Monday. So again, thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a comment down below. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next one.